Hi everyone, this is Kanda. So for my final project, I chose something that I follow almost every day, that's cricket. So maybe most of you are not familiar with the sport, but let's just say it's a much more interesting version of baseball. So there are many formats in cricket, and the shortest format is the T20, where each team gets to play for 20 overs. Each over has 6 balls. So there's the T20 World Cup held every once in 2 years, and where the top 8 teams, top 8 countries around the world, they clash with each other. There was a T20 World Cup earlier this year as well, where Australia won the tournament. They are known to be one of the most aggressive and devastating teams, but they were not even in the top two most favored teams to win the tournament. Then how did they do it? A simple formula this tournament: win the toss, elect to field first, chase the target, and then win the game. They were lucky enough to win 7 out of the 8 tosses through the tournament. So my question was, is this the case with all the T20 tournaments? So to analyze this, I needed a huge data set. However, the World Cups are played only once in every 2 years, and only a handful of matches are played. So on the other hand, the Indian Premier League, which started in 2010, is the most popular T20 cricket league in the world, and it's hosted in India. So it features both world famous cricketers from every cricket playing nation and local young talent as well. So this tournament is held every year and has 8 teams, and each team gets to play the same opponent twice in a round robin style. Hence, there are like more than 50 matches every year. So the dataset I downloaded from Kaggle had matches from 2010 to 2020, which was more than enough for analyzing. So after going through the initial EDA process, I came up with 2 questions. However, my final chart explains the question: if a team wins the toss and elects to field, does the target impact on how easy they chase it, or is it typically easy for them to chase and win a match? So here I have two heat maps. Um, so on the left is where the team winning the toss elects to fail and then wins the game. And the heat map on the right is where the toss did not play any part in the team's victory. So either they won the toss and elected to fail, or the opposition won the toss and they elected to bat first. So here the x-axis gives the target to achieve, and the y-axis gives the teams in the league. So the legend on the side gives a kind of a meter varying from 4 to 10 wickets by which they win the match. So let's look at an example. Let's look at the Rajasthan Royals. So they seem to be having a perfect pattern. So if their target is around 120, they seem to be winning the match with 7 to 8 wickets in hand. So this shade of orange, it depicts around 70 wickets. So as the target is increasing, like let's say for 180, they only have like 4 to 5 wickets in hand for winning the match and achieving the target. So this is the same irrespective of winning the toss or winning or losing the toss. So some of the other interesting facts that I found from these charts are from some other teams like the Kings 11 Punjab. So they won targets of 180 pretty comfortably, like with 5 to 6 wickets in hand. But this was mainly because of their opening partnerships, which was solid during those matches. So this kind of seems like an outlier for this chart, but during those real matches, those players actually played well and chased down the target. And another team that caught my eye was the Sunrisers Hyderabad. So you can see a lot of orange on their meter. That's because they have a relatively weaker batting lineup. So even with moderate targets, they lose quite a number of wickets before achieving their target. So I also faced some challenges while creating this chart, especially with the data cleaning. I did not include 3 teams which only played like a season or two and they lacked the data. And also targets less than 100 and more than 200 were very rare in the tournament. So I omitted them as well. So in general, comparing both of these charts side by side, it seems that the chasing a target and winning the match doesn't necessarily depend on winning the toss. But however, this is only for the IPL matches held between 2010 and 2020. However, in the most recent concluded T20 World Cup, many other factors were involved in winning the match after winning the toss. Perhaps I might do another analysis in the future. So that's it from my final chat, and I hope you all have a great vacation. Thank you.